Yeah, Blitzkid will be a wedding band for one day only. So, kind of interesting. Probably Summer Breeze, 2007. And the reason I say that is because it was the first time that we had played something so big. I mean, you know, we went on at, what was it, 1:30 in the afternoon, I think, or something like that. Oh, it was 2, sorry. Sorry, 2 in the afternoon. There was like, you know, 6,000–7,000 people there already, you know, and we've never played to a crowd that size, ever. So the fact that we were there, you know, at 2 p.m. and, you know, we're all tired from traveling the day before and whatnot. And the fact that there were so many people there, and the fact that we were as well received as we were, because it was predominantly, you know, Summer Breeze is predominantly a metal, hardcore, you know, death metal, black metal, whatever kind of festival, which we all like, but we're obviously not one of those types of bands. We have elements of some of that stuff in Blitzkid's music, but it's very, very subtle, you know. You really have to listen for it. But the fact that we were received so well, you know, in front of all those people was just really a rewarding feeling to me, because I've always been a metalhead since I was like 12, 13 years old. And the fact that, you know, I'm in a punk rock band predominantly, and we were playing this pretty much all metal festival, and we were, you know, people were going crazy, singing along, and asking us to sign stuff and everything for them after the show. It was really cool. And one of the funniest things though about that was we were walking around in the merchandise areas, and you know, in the tents with all the vendors and everything, just checking out the different tents and checking out all the merchandise everybody had. And these 2 guys from Italy came up to us, and they said, and Dolores will remember this, they came up to us and they said, you know, we don't like your music at all, but your performance was amazing, you know. Your stage presence was so good. And we said, oh, well, you know, thanks. And they're like, yeah, your music sucks, but the performance was amazing. So, and I thought that was hilarious, because, you know, people in the States, that's another reason why I love playing over here in Europe. People in the States are not going to be that honest with you. They're going to smile, and they're going to nod, and they're going to shake your hand, and even if you suck, they're going to be like, oh, that sounded awesome, you guys were dead on it tonight, that was great. But over here, not the case. I mean, these guys, they were nice enough to say, you know, you guys performed well on stage, you did great, all the jumping around, acted crazy, what have you. But, you know, at the same time, they're like, we hated your music, but we can appreciate what you guys do on stage. So that was cool. And it's really refreshing, because like I said, a lot of times in the US, people are not going to be that honest with you at all. And that's a really long-winded answer to a simple question. But Summer Breeze 2007, that would be my favorite festival. I like them both. They both have their pros and their cons. What I mean by that is they both have the good things about them, and they both have bad things about them. In a club such as this, you're not going to have, you know, as many people. You're also not going to be eating a meal that was more or less catered by a team of chefs. That was, you know, that's to be provided for 1,000 bands all day long. You're not going to be, you're not going to have, you may not have a big dressing room. You may not have, you know, a working toilet a lot of times, but which is not the case here. The toilet works, but I mean, with festivals, you have all of that stuff, so it makes things a little easier, a little less stressful. But I think they both are good, because any place you play, be it, you know, to 5 or 5,000 people, as long as those people are there because they like your band and they like your songs and they like what you do as musicians and they appreciate you as artists, I think that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how many people come to see you. If we played a show to 20,000 people and they all just stood there and acted like they were bored out of their fucking minds, it would drive me crazy. I would hate it. You know, granted, it's 20,000 people, but they all look like they'd rather be, you know, surfing or something. But, you know, by the same token, if you play a club and there's like 30 people and they all look bored, and like they would rather be doing something else, then that's bad as well. But if you play a club, there's 30 people and they're going nuts, they're stage diving, they're doing mosh pits and they're singing along to your songs, then that's worth it. You play a place where there's 20,000 people, let's say a big festival or something, people are stage diving, singing your songs, mosh pits all over the field, whatever, then that's good too. So I don't really have a preference. I mean, obviously, because things are run so smoothly at festivals, I would love to play those year round, obviously, but I don't mind playing clubs either. So I don't really have a preference there. I like both. I like both. With Anatomy of Reanimation, Goolsby and I, often on tour, we, in the U.S., not so much over here in Europe, but in the U.S., we take along some of our older CDs that we are very much not happy with how the mix came out on those albums. And we've actually had people from Europe and in the States and all over the world really tell us, oh, I love Let Flowers Die, but the production sucks. Or I love Terrifying Tales, but the production sucks. And we agree. And after we released 5 Cellars Below, which we felt was a step up for us in production quality.
Sorry. Trying to get down here, man.
There's Goolsby now.
No offense.
After we released 5 Cellars Below, which was a step up for us in production quality and overall mix and sound quality. This is Goolsby.
Hi, I'm sorry. It took me 20 minutes to get from the van downstairs because I was sign this, which was cool.
Took me a while to get down there.
I was like, I have to go.
But Goolsby could pick up where I leave off on this. But with 5 Cellars Below, we thought, wow, this is really, the best we've ever sounded on record, and we wanted to match those old songs with that production value, which is why we wanted to do Anatomy of Reanimation to begin with. We had all these great songs, and that's one thing that a lot of people have said to us over the years, like, wow, the songs on Let Flowers Die are great, but they're just produced so badly, or, the songs on Trace of a Stranger, there's so many good songs on that record, but you can't tell what's going on because the production is so muddy and so lo-fi. So we got together, the two of us, and we said, all right, look, we're tired of listening to these old albums because we can't really anymore. And they really it just pained us to listen to them after 5 Cellars Below. So we said, well, why don't we do like a best of, but we'll do the songs as we do them now. Like we'll do Dying Day, which was written like 10 years ago. We'll do that as we do it now, live, and we'll do all the background vocals that we've added to it, all the guitar stuff that we've added to it, bass, etc. And we got together and we started comparing lists of the songs that we thought should go on that first volume, and they were pretty similar. And we just went from there, and we just put all the things into the songs that we did not have the time or the money for in the beginning. So, and I think it's good. I'm really happy with how it came out, and now it goes.
What's the question? There's a new album next.
Yeah.
We're doing a new album, a full album of new songs first. Then after we tour that and promote that, the album after that will be a volume 2.
And whereas Anatomy of Reanimation Volume 1 had 14 songs, I think Volume 2, we've already picked the songs for that as well. I think it'll have 16, so it'll actually be a longer record this time.
So we have records for the next few years.
Yeah.
Planned.